Ooh, now we're talking. Found who? Guys? 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 I don't think this is legally allowed. That's concerning. Have you ever wondered what it's like to live on the moon? Yeah, me neither. But now we're both gonna find out. First of all, getting launched into space is awful. Imagine riding the world's fastest roller coaster while an elephant sits directly on your chest. That's pretty close. The rocket shook so hard, I thought the whole thing was going to explode. Every part of my body suddenly felt heavier. Way heavier. Even lifting my arm felt difficult. And breathing? Let's just say it wasn't exactly fun. Scientists call this G-force. I call it a terrible idea. Then suddenly, everything stopped. The shaking, the noise, the screaming. Mostly mine. And then something even stranger happened. I started floating. My arms, my legs, my snack, everything. Gravity had apparently quit its job. I wasn't falling. I wasn't standing. I was just floating. Honestly, it was kind of awesome. For about 5 minutes. Then I floated headfirst into a wall. And that's when I learned that even in space, gravity still finds ways to hurt you. I'm trying! Whew! That was a close one. Nobody needs to know about that. After that, things got surprisingly peaceful. For the next few days, I floated through space. I ate, I slept, I stared out the window. And for the first time in my life, I got a really good look at Earth. It's weird. Everything you've ever known, everyone you've ever met, every pizza place, all on that little blue ball. And I left my snacks there. Then one day, I looked out the window, and there it was, the moon, the place I was apparently living now. And suddenly, this whole thing became very real. I have to admit, my first view of the moon was incredible. The door opened. I stepped outside. And for a moment, everything felt historic. Then I immediately launched myself face first into the ground. Turns out the moon only has about 1/6 of the Earth's gravity, which means everything feels lighter. Unfortunately, it doesn't make you any smarter. At first I thought moon gravity was awesome. Then I started wondering something. How high can I jump? And that's when I made another mistake. Oh, that's higher! That's much higher! Please let me come back down! My legs are filing a complaint. I'm trying! I'm glad somebody's happy. Living on the moon is weird. Sleeping is weird. Eating is weird. Walking is weird. The gravity is weird. Everything's weird. The strangest thing wasn't the gravity. It was Earth. It just hangs there. Every city, every ocean, every raccoon. That's home. And I left my snacks there too. Okay, back to being a raccoon. Apparently, astronauts have to exercise every day, otherwise their muscles get weaker. Personally, I was already getting plenty of exercise surviving this mission. Just when I thought I had figured everything out, NASA warned me about the biggest problem on the entire moon: moon dust. Now, that might not sound scary, but trust me, it should. Moon dust doesn't sound dangerous, but that's because whoever named it did a terrible job. It's sharp, it's sticky, and it gets absolutely everywhere. Unfortunately, I found that out the hard way. Very hard. One minute everything was fine. The next minute, alarms were going off everywhere. Apparently, moon dust can damage equipment, clog filters, wear down machinery, and generally make life miserable. Which is exactly what happened. To everything. In my defense, I touched literally everything. That probably should have been my first clue. At one point, Mission Control told me not to move. I asked why, and they told me I was the problem. That felt a little harsh. Eventually, they got everything under control. Mostly. And the moon base survived. Barely. So, we're not doing moon angels anymore? You know, for a place with no air, no pizza, and dust that wants to destroy everything, the moon's actually pretty amazing. The views are incredible. The science is fascinating. And being the first raccoon to live there was pretty cool. But Earth has pizza. And honestly, that's a difficult thing to compete with. Eventually, the mission came to an end, and NASA finally decided it was time for me to go home. I won't lie, coming back to Earth felt strange. After spending all that time on the moon, everything felt heavy. Really heavy. I took about 3 steps and immediately fell over. Gravity is aggressive. Back on Earth, everybody was celebrating. The mission was a success. The scientists were happy. The reporters were happy. I was happy. Mostly because I wasn't on the moon anymore. That was the most stressful free meal I've ever had. Then, I saw another sign. Ooh. What's the worst that could happen?